Hey guys, SK here, back with another Clash Royale video, and today I'm quite excited because I'm finally doing a classic challenge video after what feels like a few months. I have been streaming recently, and I did a bunch of viewer deck requests on stream and played them in classic challenges, so I'm now at 19 wins, 12 in classic challenges on my Keepsakes mini account. However, I have not done the full classic challenge series in a while, and I apologize for that. I will bring it back, but today I have a full classic challenge, but a slightly different type. It's going to be a lot of fun. So today I have a new idea. It's going to be 12 X-bow decks in one classic challenge. So there are 12 games, 12-0 if you play it perfectly, so 12 wins. And for each win, I'll be using a different X-bow deck. I've tried my best to make them very unique and customized, and I've also tried my best to minimize champions, so there's only going to be one champion in one deck out of the 12 that I'm using today. Now, before I get into the video, I don't talk about this very much, but I'm currently at about 17,684 subscribers last time I checked, I think. And I'm actually getting very close to 18k and even 20k, so I never really ask you guys to like and subscribe in the videos. You know, a lot of YouTubers always mention that, but I personally have never really done that. I never really saw the appeal. I feel like it should be organic, you know, only if you guys enjoy it, but since I am getting pretty close to the goal, I guess I will make it my end of 2022 goal to get 20,000 subscribers. I don't think I can do it, and I'm not trying to be like apprehensive or just being negative about it. I just think it's going to be a very lofty goal to achieve, but I will still do it, I guess, for fun. So please like and subscribe if you guys enjoy the video. I guess I'll do this reminder more often this month. I'll be working really hard this month, but we'll see how it goes. Just going to try my best. We are getting quite close to a very nice goal, though, and I'll probably do a huge subscriber special for that. Anyways, though, back into the video today. Thank you guys for listening to my intro. We're going to be doing 12 different X-bow decks in one classic challenge. I've been wanting to do this for a while. I actually wanted to do it a couple days ago, but sadly I was already in a grand challenge, which is why I did the Road to 100 12 in grand challenges video instead, because I was already 6-0 in one. But now I can finally do it on my mini account. I wanted to do it on my legendary pop account, but I'm in the Flight of the Phoenixes challenge on that, so I still can't do it. But yeah, we're going to be playing 12 different decks. The whole goal of this is just to have a lot of fun and kind of take you guys down memory lane and see a lot of old X-bow decks. I'll be going through each one. I'll show them all briefly right now on the screen right here, and there are two, because there's only 10 deck slots. There are two that aren't in here, but they're very easy to make. I'll explain them at the end. But yeah, as you can see, we have a very wide assortment of different decks, many different types, and some of them are only from my memory. Like, I think I personally have probably one of the most knowledgeable kind of databases, I guess, of X-bow knowledge out of anyone, just because I've been following this deck for so long, and I know all the changes. I know there are a lot of other really good X-bow players and pros who probably know stuff as well, but I have like very personal anecdotes and memories of specific decks, and hopefully that can make this a bit more appealing and more of a personal type video, because I enjoy that a lot. So I'll be doing a brief breakdown of each deck at the start as well, and maybe give my own personal thoughts, maybe some memories I have with the deck, just for fun, to explain like what the deck is about and everything. But yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the classic challenge, starting out with 2.9 Xbow Cycle. This is basically 3.0, but with Ice Golem instead of Knight, and it actually used to be the other way around. We used to have 2.9, which then became 3.0. This was the OG Xbow Cycle deck, which came about in, I think, 2018 or even 2017, when they reworked Tesla. Because I remember I was having fun with my real-life friend. We were talking, because I played Clash Royale in high school, mostly just with my real-life friends. I never thought I would make like a YouTube channel and actually have a big following and community out of it or anything, which is insane. Or thought that I would actually be a really good player, but it's crazy what happens, I guess. But I was playing with my friend. You know, I love Tesla. Back then, it used to have a super high hit speed and very low damage. It did not one-shot goblins or minions, and I just maxed it for fun, because over-leveled Tesla did one-shot minions and goblins on ladder. So I had a level 14 Tesla. I was talking to my friend about how it's fun, and then the very next season after I did that, they actually announced the rework, which made it now have a much slower hit speed, which was like 0.9 or 1 second, I think, and in turn, it would one-shot goblins and minions. So it was such a nice change. That basically made X-bow Tesla what it was. Back then, by the way, it had a 40-second lifetime, which was absurd. So strong, can't believe it wasn't abused more. I guess the game was very different back then, but yeah, imagine if we played the game back then with our knowledge now. It would be insane. Anyways, though, super long intro, but that is basically my history with 2.9. And we switched to Knight because RG became everywhere in 2020. It was very prevalent and pervasive in the meta, so people started switching to Knight to counterattack. But Ice Golem is still a lot of fun. You know, it's 1 elixir less, which makes it cheaper. Very fun fun to cycle and play with, but also very hard to outplay hard counters, because if you don't have that knight to counterattack, it can be very problematic. Anyways, into our first match here. Our opponent's not doing anything, so I'm just going to go for an X-bow rather. I have an Ice Golem to support if I need to. Sparky. Okay, I really wish I had Ice Spirit and Cycle. Sadly, I don't, but I think it's fine. I can just log. I believe I do not have to respond to the Sparky. Does go Skelly Barrel. Gonna go Tesla after the Sparky dies to make sure it doesn't get one-shot by the Sparky, of course. So Princess, Skelly Barrel, Sparky. Not a meta deck right now. I mean, again, classic challenges. I love them because I get to do fun challenges like these, you know. I get to do viewer deck requests on stream. I just love them. They're very low stakes, stress-free for me. I know, and the other great thing is that I know a lot of you guys even sometimes struggle with classic challenges, so these are actually entertaining for you, not only in terms of fun, but also in terms of achievement, because I know some people find 12 in classic challenges impressive. So yeah, it's great. But yeah, so that's why I love them. I'm really happy to be making another classic challenge video, and I will be bringing back the full 12 in classic challenge with Xbow Cycle series soon. Apologies for the delay on that, but yeah. I'm just going to log here to support my X-bow. Maybe get a small lock would be kind of nice, and we do get the lock, which is cool. Bad news, though, is that I did cycle my log, so if he goes like Princess or Skelly Barrel, I don't necessarily have them in cycle, but nice little lead. He does have Giant Skeleton, so again, Knight would be perfect in this matchup, not only against the Sparky, but also the Princess, the Giant Skeleton. So many situations where you can see why Knight just flourishes more. I'm actually going to I'm going to Fireball. I wanted to X-bow, but I think going opposite lane wouldn't make that much sense, even though I feel like he has a really bad cycle right now. Doesn't have Giant Skeleton. Okay, does go for a low Princess. That is kind of awkward to deal with. I guess I'm just going to go for a low Ice Golem. And then Skeletons to distract the Sparky, Archers for the Princess, and Sparky should retarget. Okay, nope, I failed. I wanted to retarget onto the Ice Golem. Looks like he arrowsed anyways, though, so mission accomplished. He still wasted his arrows. So essentially, I did get the play off, I guess, if you think about it. Gonna go for an X-bow right now, though. I think I'll just log this Skelly Barrel. Ice Golem for the Giant Skelly. Log the barrel off, and this should be a lock. Gonna catch the barbell with my Skeletons. If you guys didn't know, catching barbells is a super important skill to have with X-bow. Gonna go in the left. He should be super low in elixir, especially after that Skarmy. I don't know if he has enough for anything right now. Yup, Skelly Barrel at 3, I think. So just gonna go for a log. Ice Golem in front. Okay, not in time, but there should still be a lock. Gonna protect with the Skeletons and Ice Spirit. Again, very imperative to catch barbarrels, and I think he's gonna be very low in elixir, so I'm gonna go in. I kind of hesitated there. I think he might have enough for Giant Skelly now. Yeah, he does, sadly. Wow, we actually got a fair amount of damage on the right. I'm not sure how, to be honest. I think I can just log all of this, though, and I should get a small lock. Okay, no. But this is looking more tense than it should be, to be honest. I'm going to predict this Princess at the bridge. You always have to be wary of that. And then I'm going to go in the left. Ice Golem is very cheap again, so it's very nice to try and outcycle. Princess the back, probably going to Sparky the X-bow. Nope, Skarmy, which will go right into my Ice Golem. However, he is back to Giant Skeleton, sadly, so I'm going to log, and then I'm kind of going to have to let this X-bow die, but I will still lightly defend it. The issue is that he does have arrows, which is very annoying for sure. But I think I should still be okay. Ice Spirit to kite the Giant Skelly in, and Tesla will also take care of the Skeleton Barrel. That's why I pre-cycled it in the right. Then I'm going to go in again. Ice Golem to predict the Sparky on the X-bow. Hopefully I get it down. Perfect, and this should be a lock if I play it right. Gonna log prediction the Skarmy, as well as just knock the Barbell back. Okay, no Skarmy, but still, I believe my opponent does not have a reset right now, so this should be pretty much game if I defend this X-bow well, and I will. I'll Ice Golem to protect. So in a deck like this especially, holding on to every little X-bow connection is key, because it's going to be quite hard to get locks when you have quite a weak deck. Like, Tesla is very bad right now. Archers are actually pretty good, but that's besides the point. Ice Golem is very bad. Overall, this deck is just not very strong, so if you do get a connection, you are going to have to make the most of it, and that is kind of how you play. The good news, again, is that you can outcycle, so I was constantly going in, and I was able to outcycle. I think this deck can afford to be more aggressive than 3.0, again, just because you have that super fast cycle. I feel like he's spamming a lot right now, so I'm going to go in. Princess is going to get taken care of. Skeletons predict the Sparky. Okay, I do have to get ready to defend the Sparky on the left. I cannot take a Sparky shot. He does go prediction arrows on nothing, which is great for me. Gonna log the Barbell, hit the Skarmy as well. That should not be on the X-bow. I believe that is going to be game, unless Sparky gets a hit. No, it does not. Okay. Fireball the Princess just to make sure, and good game. So, very nice first win. Kind of shows how 2.9 works. You basically just outcycle anyone because you have one of the fastest cycles in the whole game. Even though he had arrows, you know, he had counters to my X-bow, he had Sparky, Barb Barrel, Giant Skelly. Was able to do well. Don't believe he ever used his Hunter either. But yeah, if worst case, if that didn't work out, I would have just defensive X-bowed. As you saw, he didn't have a big spell, so that would have been a big way to punish that kind of deck. But yeah, also by the way, the triple elixir tourney ended. Sadly, guys, I lost at 21 on my main, and on this account I was 21-1. Was doing so well. I would think I was pretty well poised for a badge if I played well, but I just was very lazy. Didn't really play till the last day, and then I started playing again when there was like half an hour left because I just forgot about it. So sadly, I didn't have time to finish. But yeah, 21 wins, not too bad, I guess, with this broken splasher deck. By the way, Monk and Phoenix are getting nerfed. I don't know. I guess I'll talk more about that in another video. I already did a stream earlier today, on the day I'm recording this, about the balance changes. You guys can check that out if you missed it, I guess. It should be on my channel. But yeah, interesting changes coming to the meta. I actually didn't want to do videos like these. I was going to say as well, like a grand challenge. I didn't want to do my Road to 112 in grand challenges because I tried it and I just got hard countered by Monk Phoenix like every single game. So it's just not fun in this meta. At least classic challenges though, people don't always play broken decks. Sometimes they just play whatever they want. And also people are generally worse, so it is easier for someone who's higher skill to outplay them and maybe have fun and have success. Anyways though, moving on to the next deck, we have Classic X-bow. We have the Classic 2.9. Can't be a perfect X-bow video without the Classic 3.3 X-bow as well. So this was the OG X-bow deck. It had Mega Minion instead of Tesla. I think this was even after Mega Minion was nerfed. Before it used to be super broken, then it got nerfed like right away with the hit speed. But this was still the deck. I don't know why, actually. I guess I don't know why they didn't run Tesla sooner. But again, X-bow also evolved to have Knight instead of Ice Golem and Tesla instead of Mega Minion. That's the X-bow deck that you know today, that, you know, Hunter plays. But yeah, this was Classic X-bow. It's a lot of fun. It's very much higher skill. Ice Golem and Mega Minion are much harder to use than Knight and Tesla, but they're also a lot of fun and they are cheaper. So this deck actually does have a fast cycle and can actually do well compared to the new X-bow, which is more expensive. So maybe we can outcycle some people. The bad news though is that we don't have a building. So against like maybe Royal Giant or Giant decks, it might be kind of tough. We're definitely going to have to lean on the NATO heavily against those decks. If we go against Goal, I'm going to be pretty sad because I don't know if I can beat that, to be honest. Before, you used to be able to defend with your Tesla, or with your NATO, rather, because NATO used to have such a high duration, but now it's obviously slower. Minor Bats, I think I'm going to go in. This is a pretty decent counter push, to be honest. Ice Golem, Mega. Let's go Ewiz, Giant Skelly. Okay, I don't know what this is. I guess just Minor Poison, but I'm going to defend this X-bow. Sadly, Mega Minion does cross the bridge, which means it is going to get taken out. I think I do want to defend this though, so I'm going to go Ice Golem and Log. This is an overcommitment. Okay, wow, if I waited for the Skelly Barrel to pop and then went Log, it would have been so much better, but sadly, I did not. I still get... Okay, I don't get any connection. Either way though, it's going to be Minor Skeleton Barrel. This should be a pretty decent matchup, to be honest. I have NATO and Log, so... And Ice Golem is going to be very helpful, as you saw, against the bats there. So this isn't looking too bad. The only annoying part of this is going to be that Giant Skeleton. Going to be kind of a thorn in my side, but... I think I'll be okay. Gonna go Mega Minion to predict a Minor in the back. And he goes Balloon. Wow, so I guess it's like Speedy Balloon is what they call it these days. I'm gonna go Ice Whiz actually and just eat some Balloon Chip. I think this might be a mistake, but this should only get one hit with the slowness of the Ice Whiz. And then I can actually go in. I have a huge counter push. I think he cannot defend this. I might be wrong, but this should be a very huge push again. And as you can see, Mega Minion's going to town. This is what I love about this deck. I'm not gonna NATO that actually. I'm just gonna Mega once it gets a bit closer. Nice, I timed it perfectly so it doesn't retarget the X-bow. So X-bow's going to town. That's a free Log for sure. And then I could activate King off this Ewiz, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm not comfortable with the timing. I'm not confident in my ability to get it off. If I mess up, I'll just take damage for no reason, so I'm not gonna embarrass myself. I'm just gonna chill. But yeah, I sadly don't have a Tesla in this deck for the Balloon. What I do have though is a Rocket, so I can just Rocket the Balloon. There's a Skeleton Barrel. I'm going to go Ice Golem for the Bat, Skellies for the Minor, NATO for the Skelly Barrel. Sadly, I can't activate King off the Minor because I did have to save NATO for the Skeleton Barrel. My own Log was nowhere to be seen in my cycle. But I'm just going to defend now, and I could Rocket if I reacted super fast, but I didn't. If he goes like Giant Skeleton in the back, though, that's going to be a free Rocket, so we'll see if I can get opportunities like those in the future. This is an interesting push. I'm going to NATO, I think, and then Mega on the Minor. We're just stacking a bunch of Megas, basically, and then I'm going to Log the Skeleton Barrel. I'm taking some chip, but I think I'm still fine, to be honest. Like, all I really have to do is cycle 2 Rockets with this range. I want to Rocket right now, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go for an X-bow, though, to kite the Skeleton Barrel in. Kind of tired of taking Skeleton Barrel chip, and that's a free activation. Finally got the activation. Then I can Log, and this should actually maybe be a connection. Okay, Log timing wasn't fortunate. If it was a good Log timing, it would have been a connection, but still, this is looking really good. I'm going to use Ice Golem to its fullest extent right now, and as you can see, the kite opposite lane is such a beauty with this card. I love it. Gonna Mega to try and make sure that doesn't connect to my tower. I believe it won't. Yep, nice. And then I can log. And I think I have to second Ice Golem on the Giant Skeleton. I'm actually just gonna Rocket though. Okay, wow, this is looking quite scary. If that's on the Giant Skeleton, I'm in a lot of trouble. I'm gonna have to NATO to King, I think. Oh wow, he actually just... Okay, thank God, actually. I was in a bit of a pickle there, because I didn't have Rocket. I probably shouldn't have Rocket Cycled, but I just felt a bit impatient. Obviously, it would have been super easy defense if I just rocketed the balloon on defense, but... Yeah, that was kind of sketchy, but he just ignored my push, I guess, so I'll take it, you know. Very welcome with that. And yes, I am uploading this video. It's the 12 X-bow Dex 1 Classic videos. So, those are the 2 OG X-bow decks. Lots of fun, but lots of high skill as well. Very hard to play. Next up, we have this deck, which is very interesting, and this is a personal one for me, because my memory of this deck, I remember back then, Fire Spirits used to be 3, not 1, and used to be able to kill a lot of stuff. Like, Fire Spirits Log would full counter Royal Hogs. Fire Spirits would deal a lot of damage to the tower. They wouldn't do as much as a Fireball like they do right now. I think it does the same as a Fireball. In terms of its stats right now, yeah, it does 207, but on the tower, but there used to be 3 of them again, so they were a lot of fun to use. They used to cost 2 elixir back then. But yeah, I specifically remember this deck with Inferno and Mega Minion as well. 3.3 X-bow. I think I had a folder on my phone called 3.3 X-bow. Like, I was considering making videos of this deck because it was so much fun, but I didn't. That was like 4 years ago when I did non-commentary videos. But yeah, that's my memory of this deck. Someone played in the global tourney with this deck, a Japanese player, I remember, and he was like in the top 50 with it, or even top 100 at the end of it. I remember, I shouldn't be saying this, but I was in high school. I was in my economics class, and instead of like focusing, I was watching the guy play this in the global tourney. I was recording his game. So yeah, that's my memory of this deck. Lots of fun, but also again very high skill, very hard to play, because Inferno's kind of I guess like just kind of outdated was the word I was looking for. Like, not really useful anymore in X-bow. You don't really need that tank killing unless I go against like Golem or Lava Hound. If I go against Lava Hound with this deck, I'd be very happy, but generally this is going to get very bad matchups. You always want like a Tesla or even a cannon, usually a Tesla these days. And again, Ice Golem is also kind of antiquated with not really being able to attack back. Mega Minion is also kind of outdated. You always play like Archers or Ice Wiz these days. So just overall a very classic OG deck with the Fire Spirit and Rocket there as well. I knew it was like 3.3, so that's why I think it had Rocket. I'm not 100% on this memory, but yeah. I knew it was 3.3, I'm pretty sure. So that would mean I would have to have Rocket. Gonna Skeletons and Mega because he went Valk as well. Minor Valk, again, so kind of interesting. I think I am going to Ice Golem, and maybe I'm not going to X-bow because Mega's in front, sadly. If Mega was behind, I definitely would have X-bowed, but we'll see. Minor Valk Tombstone. Do not know what this is. Probably some kind of mid-ladder or off-meta type deck. I'm fine with it, though. I'm actually pretty happy against Minor. Sadly, I don't have a NATO in this deck, but Mega Minion is very good against Minor, if you guys didn't know. It's, like, very solid. So, Ice Wiz. Okay, I'm going to do something weird. I'm going to ignore the Dark Goblin and go in, because he just spent 6 with the Ice Wiz and the Dark Goblin, so I'm actually just going to ignore it and go in, and he goes Cannon. Sadly, oh, I did get the Ice Golem down in time. Nice. I thought I didn't, but I did, so that's going to be a huge lock. Basically, he just overcommitted. I thought I reacted a bit too late, but that was perfect. So, just going to be Minor Poison, I guess. Minor, Valk, Cannon, Ice Wiz. Kind of interesting. Going to Mega Man to predict the Minor. Nice. I reacted very fast to, like, attack it in the optimal spot, but yeah. Going to log. And this is just like and Dark Goblin as well in this deck, so this is just like a fast cycle Minor deck. So this is going to be kind of annoying. I don't want to go same lane as him for sure, because I do have X-bow. As you saw, he will just Minor poison my X-bows out. So I'm going to start going opposite, just try and bait out poisons in the wrong lane for him. Does go Valk, gonna Ice Golem, and sadly Dark Goblin will kind of destroy my X-bow because I don't have Login Cycle, so that is a bit unfortunate, but I just have to let it go. Then I'm going to Mega on top of the Dark Goblin and take it out first because it's the bigger threat. And that should be fine. I don't have the best cycle for defending a Minor right now, though, unfortunately, so we'll see what he does. If he goes like Minor right now, I'm going to log on the Minor plus Skeletons. I really want to rocket that, but you can tell that I'm down Elixir right now. I'm actually just going to go for an Inferno Tower. This seems weird, but it will take care of the Ice Wiz. Will also take care of a Minor. As you can see, he does go Minor and Poison, so Inferno Tower is going to town on the Minor. And I can actually go in again, since he did just waste his Poison. I can go in this lane this time and see how it goes. Okay, wow, Ice Wiz is alive. That is kind of sad. Gonna log Ice Golem. I'm kind of accepting that X-bow is already dead, to be honest. I'm gonna try and cycle back to a new one. It would be perfect for me. Okay, he does go arrows. I was gonna say Would have been perfect if he went like poison. Okay, he still goes poison on nothing. That is so aggressive. I'm gonna go in for sure. Mega for the miner. And then I have to get ready to log his Dark Goblin though, because, okay, I forgot he had Cannon as well. Gonna log it though. That'll be quite good because Cannon got a hit speed nerf now. And I'm gonna go in on the left again while he's over defending my X-bow on the right. Okay, he did not commit more. I was hoping he would, but still. As you can see, Mega is pretty good at winning bridge battles. So, yeah, and he might poison this time. It'll be kind of unfortunate. He doesn't hit the tower, which is huge though, so that's great. Might be able to get a small lock here. Cannon does come down. So yeah, this is definitely a tough matchup. I might have to switch to Rocket Cycle soon. I still want to keep going in for now though. Log on the Dark Gob, ASAP. Mega for the miner. Miner's going to get fully countered. And X-bow's on tower. Okay, big misplay on my opponent's. I'm going to Ice Golem ASAP because he might Cannon. I'm going to Skeleton as well, even though they are going right into the Valk. Again, he might Cannon, so I just want to take it out. And yeah, that's basically the game. Now I don't even have to go in. I can just Rocket Cycle. So first Rocket is down. Log the Dark Gob. Mega for his miner. Don't even have to worry about catching it. So just Mega on it. Poison does not do enough for sure. So miner will get like 3 hits with the Mega on it. So, and if he poisons, I'll go in and punish him, definitely. But he's not, so I'm just going to defensive X-bow instead. Anti-poison placement, so yeah, Far Spirit's pretty much useless in this match, but I'd much rather have an Ice Spirit for catching the miners. Also, Knight would be much better than Ice Golem, and even Tesla would be much better than the Inferno. As you can see, I have not had a single usage of the Inferno, except for like that one time I went on the miner. And even that was a negative trade, like Tesla would have been much better in that spot, but it is what it is, you know. If I went against like Lava or Golem, it would have been much better, so it's a trade-off. But yeah, Rocket Cycle to end the game off. Good game. Very nice win with this OG Ice-bow deck. I'm kind of nervous because some of these early games in this challenge might be really hard. Like, I might go against some really tough matchups, and it might just be pretty hard to... might be pretty hard to use. Okay, apparently he's going to try and snipe me. Huh. Okay, then. But yeah, they're definitely going to be hard to use because, again, they're pretty hard to play, and they are not very good, so if I get, like, a tough matchup, it's going to be so hard, but I'm going to try my best. Next up, we have this deck. If you guys didn't know, this old Xbow pro called That One Guy played this deck. He went on Clash with Ash's channel. I've rewatched that video countless times. It was him and Dank Gannon playing 2.9 in this deck. Dank Gannon played 2.9 on top ladder. That One Guy played this deck to get a 12 in Grand Challenge, and it was back when, like, Lava Clone was very meta. So this deck is super well against Lava Clone, obviously. You have the Ice Golem, the E-Wiz, the Inferno, the Fireball, everything you could ever want. And Guards was a lot of fun back then. It wasn't even, like, good. Now they got buffed, so they're actually pretty solid right now. So this deck's going to be a lot of fun. Again, it's going to be bad, though. Like, Inferno Tower is kind of bad in the deck. Ice Golem is not that good, but we do have Guards at least. E-Wiz is definitely bad. Like, you'd much rather have Archers. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. It's going to be... Again, this video is mainly for fun, playing 12 different decks, rather than just trying to always win. If I really wanted to win with this challenge, I would do, like, different versions of Queen Bow, and just try and make the decks optimal. But these are, like, intentionally suboptimal decks. Monk first played. That is so unfortunate I don't have Xbow Cycle because I would have loved to punish that, but we'll see what this is. This is going to be a very hard matchup, obviously, because he has Monk and I have Xbow. But the question... Okay, Zappy's going to Fireball that. I think I hit all of them. Okay, RG. I'm going to go I Tower up high, try and snipe the RG first. Okay, he does hit the Monk first. That is unfortunate. Going to Ice Spirit, though, to hold it in place and hopefully start DPSing it down. Okay, Zappy does reset, though, so I'm going to have to Guards, cycle back to my log, and I do take 1 hit. He does go Phoenix as well. So in this situation, Ice Golem is better than Knight because it costs 1 less, and it's pretty much just primarily to tank this Phoenix. If I had to go Knight there, it would have just kind of been a waste. But still, you know, this is going to be a super tough matchup. By the way, guys, if I do lose a game with these decks, I'll probably just play another game with the same exact deck, because I still want to get the 12 win with 12 different decks. Hopefully I don't get like 11 wins or something. That would be sad. But yeah, RG Monk, not a good matchup at all. Again, just going to Fireball the 2 Zappies. I don't have a great like hand. Like E-Wiz is very awkward to play. If I go E-Wiz, he's probably just going to Fireball it and get free tower damage. So I don't know what to do. Probably going to RG with this Monk. Yeah, he does. So I'm going to go Ice Spirit and then Guards to DPS down at ASAP as well. And that's going to hold it in place. As you can see, Monk is so annoying. It literally defends the Inferno Tower because the ability is broken, but we were still able to defend that with only Log Chip, I think. So he just went both Monk and RG. I kind of want to go in. I am going to go in, actually. And I misplaced my X-bow by 1 tile. That is very unfortunate. I don't want to log that because I think he's going to go Zappies, and I want to log the Zappies instead. But yeah, nice chip. Very bad Fisherman on his end. Did not get it down in time at all. So yeah, going to go for an E-Wiz as well. just to start working on this. I don't think Ice Golem can take all of that on its own. And Ewas, I believe, fully counters the Fisher. Okay, sadly, he does get the hook off. If he didn't get the hook, like if the Ewas also hit the Fisher with this initial hit, it would have fully countered the Fisher as well, but it's whatever. Gonna go Guards. Guards are very good against Royal Giant, though. Gonna Fireball. I hope this doesn't get deflected back. Okay, thankfully it doesn't, so nice. And we are actually in the damage lead somehow against Monk RG. Gonna go in on the right, and he shouldn't have anything great in Cycle, like Goblins mainly, gonna log them. Goes Phoenix, and this is gonna be a lock, so gonna go Ice Golem to retarget the Phoenix on, and this should definitely be good. I'm gonna Inferno Tower. I believe he has Fireball. If he has Lightning, he should have used it much sooner, but Guards as well, they should fully counter the RG, so we're actually playing this really well, basically just, and he's also not playing it well at all, that's the other thing, but basically just kind of outcycling his Monk and RGs because he's wasting both of them constantly, and getting X-bow locks that way. Like, this type of deck should never get a lock. He gives me a boatload of Fireball value there, so that's just a free Fireball. I'm going to go for an Eye Tower, fully counter this RG. Like, my opponent is not playing this well at all, and that is like the only way I can win with a deck like this. And again, that is mainly just because it's a classic challenge, so I'll take it. If this was like top ladder or a grand challenge, I would have already have lost, to be honest, so yeah. I really want to Fireball that, but I think he's going to go Monk ability, so I don't know if I can. Gonna log. Log isn't that bad if it gets deflected. There's the RG. Goes RG in front of the Monk, of course he would. And then this is a lot of Fireball value if he wants to take it, but he does not. I still don't know if he has Fireball or Lightning, because he hasn't used either. But gonna Ice Spirit to make sure the egg gets taken out, and that is still a pretty clean defense overall. Phoenix at the bridge. He's just bridge spamming right now. I don't know for what, though. I'll log, and he goes RG as well. I'm going to protect my Ewas. If he goes Monk, I could maybe punish him after this, but if he doesn't, I can't really X-bow. Actually, I'm still going to, even though he can just Monk to hard counter this X-bow. I'm still going to go in because I have a pretty good position. And oh my god, what is that? Okay, he just placed his Goblins too low, and oh my god, okay. I am just absolutely flabbergasted at my opponent's ineptitude there. No offense to him, but what was that? Like, seriously, I don't know what that was supposed to be. He played that so badly, and that is like 100-0, even against 3.0. I have no words, but, I mean, we'll take it. Inferno Tower is actually very clutch in that matchup. Also, my throat's getting a bit dry, so I'll be right back, like 5 seconds, guys. I'm gonna get some water. Okay, I'm back. And I think it's better now. Yeah, okay, so I didn't want to edit that out, so apologies for just like a 10-second intermission, but yeah. So that was like a very weird match. My opponent just kind of made a ton of misplays. I don't know for what. Like, I don't know what he was doing. I somehow got locks, like numerous locks against that deck. He has Monk, he has RG, he has Zappies. Like, he just purposely put himself in the worst possible, or no, not even purposely. He just put himself in the worst possible cycle, like every single time, which was hilarious. But I'll take it. That was great. And again, Inferno Tower and Guards were so clutch there. Ewas was not great. If Ewas was like a Archers or something in that position, it would have been even better, but still pretty nice. So yeah. Next up, we have the final deck that I'm quite worried about, because it's going to be another very high skill deck. It's X-bow Mega Minion with Hunter. So we've kind of gone over all the Mega Minion decks, 3 of them so far. So I love this card. It's one of my favorite cards in the game, and one of my favorite X-bow support cards. Sadly, it's not a great card in X-bow, because it's just overshadowed by Archers and Ice Wiz again, and even Queen. But still a ton of fun to use. We also have Hunter. Hunter's also a ton of fun to use in X-bow, especially because you can go Hunter right on top of the X-bow. If they play something on your X-bow, that has to walk right to it, so Hunter will get a ton of value, although we don't have a building again, and we don't have a Fisherman or Tornado this time. So against like a Hog, other stuff, we don't really have great buildings to kite stuff, so it'll be very high skill. We do have Ice Golem in this deck, but this deck can actually afford to run Ice Golem because we have Mega and Hunter, 2 very high DPS cards. This is also 2.9. This will be a lot of fun, so let's see. I'm kind of worried though again because this deck is going to be very tough to play, especially like against an RG deck like we went against just now. This deck would be very hard to play against a deck like that with Monk. Monk would destroy this, like Hunter, Mega, X-bow, so hopefully we're not against a Monk deck, but I'm going to wish my opponent the good luck back. And I guess just Ice Golem first play. It should be a very safe first play. It's only 2 elixir. Can't really get punished for it no matter what. Phoenix the back. Gonna go Hunter, I guess. Phoenix is sadly just a better Mega Minion, so I don't really want to Mega on it. Pump. I'm gonna go in. I think it's gonna be E-Giant or Golem. Either way, this is a pretty good X-bow though, because Hunter should fully counter that Phoenix. I think it's gonna be Golem after seeing the barb barrel. So yeah, he goes E-drag. I can't really do much against that, sadly. Hunter should take the Phoenix out. Okay, it doesn't. Still, egg gets taken out though. I'm gonna go skeleton just to stall a bit, and then ice golem for the E-drag king tower activation. This is gonna be a super hard matchup, guys, because I don't have a Tesla. I don't know how I'm gonna win this one, to be honest. Does go goal in the back. I'm going to set up for defense, so I did ignore the pump. Usually that's what you want to do. You want to ignore a pump and just punish. In this case, though, it's going to be very annoying and hard because I don't have a building to kite this golem again. We'll see how it goes, though. Probably going to lumberjack if I had to guess. Okay, Phoenix and Baby. I'm going to try and protect this hunter as well as I can, so ice golem as well. And I'm back to a new hunter, so I actually defended that really well. I'm a bit scared about if he punishes opposite lane right now, but he might not, so that was actually a very clean defense, all things considered. Hunter should take the egg out with this next blast. Nice. Gonna go in. He did just go pump again, which means he does not have enough for a golem once more. Lumberjack is not bad. I'm gonna go log late and ice spirit for the barbell, hopefully. Okay, yeah, sadly that fully countered, so that was really bad, guys. I had to overcommit. I spent 9 elixir. He spent 6 with lumberjack barbell, so that is super bad for me. I'm in a very bad spot right now. I wish that went better, but I didn't have Ice Golem in cycle, so I couldn't really do that much there. Goal in the back again. This is going to be a tough one, for sure. So I think the play is going to be pre-cycling the Hunters again. And if he goes E-Drag, I'm going to go in. If he doesn't, then I'm not going to go in. Okay, he goes Phoenix. I'm not going to go in. I could also defensive X-bow, but I don't think it's going to be a great play. I think I'd rather just stack up on defense, and I think I might want to fireball twice against the E-Drags. We'll see, though. This is a lot on the board, so I have to get back to a new fireball ASAP. That is too much fireball value to pass up, so I'll take that. And that was a great fireball. Sadly, though, I don't have a fireball for his next pump. Hopefully he goes golem in the back. I can actually get a lock this time if he does. We'll see, though. He might be smarter than that. Phoenix the back. Yeah, he is smarter than that. Okay. So, just going to set up on defense. Goes golem there. I'm not going to go in, because that would still tank for the X-bow, so I just have to chill. As you can see, though, Hunter is getting insane value on defense. Going to let this Mega die, and I scroll him down low. I think it's a safer bet. And then I'm going to Fireball to make sure the Phoenix gets taken out. Log to take care of the egg. I believe Mega should 1v1 the E-Drag. Not with the Phoenix, though. That is going to be a different story. So this is looking bad. If I Ice Golem to tank, though, nice. E-Drag does not get the reset off. And I actually somehow defended that. I'm alive. Wow. I'm going to Ice Spirit as well. If he goes, like, pump again, I'm going to go in. Okay, Golem. I'm going to go in this time. This is very risky, but I might try and log the Golem out of X-bow range. Does go Lumber. Right on top is going to Mega. And then log the Golem out of range, hopefully. Okay, nice. We do get a lock. But I'm going to Ice Golem to kite this baby opposite lane, hopefully. And that is a very sizable lock, so that is huge. And then Ice Spirit to hold the Golem in place. Mega for the E-Drag. And this is very scary, though. Baby is getting a lot of splash, way more than I would like. So he got a lot of damage there as well. Oh my god. He goes Golem same lane. That is huge for me, because I don't have to worry about this. Like, I know I can defend this. If he went Golem in the right, I would have been very scared, but I'm actually fine. I'm going to log. Okay, he's going opposite. I'm going to kite to the opposite lane with my Ice Golem. Yeah, I was holding on to my Mega. Had a feeling he would do something like that, so I just log here. And then I'm going to go in. I don't think he's back to Golem yet, so... And he just went E-Drag, which means he does not have enough for a Golem either. Oh, he does just barely get it down in time, sadly. So this is going to be very clutch, though, guys. I'm going to have to try and clutch this one out, which is going to be tough. But we are... He doesn't have a big spell, which is huge. Going to Skellies, Ice Golem again to kite the Ice Golem opposite... Or kite the Lumber opposite lane. Back to a new Hunter. Getting a bit tough to commentate because so much is happening, but I'm trying my best. And he goes Golem the bridge. Okay, now I have to defensive X-bow. Have no choice. I have to kite it over. Hunter on defense. And I have to Fireball Tower, I think. Yeah, I do. I have to get tower damage. There's no other choice. Then I Ice Golem up high because I think he might, like, NATO to try and get the E-Drag to chain onto tower. Absolutely cannot afford that. No, he does get the chain. That's going to be a good game. He had an absolute hard counter in that match, guys, sadly, because I didn't have a building. As you can see, though, I tried my best to defend well with the Hunter and the Mega, but that was just a super hard matchup. And I made it very close. Maybe I should have spell cycled earlier, but it also would have been tough, so I don't know. Anyways, they're going to jump right back in with that deck. Again, I was kind of worried about this deck because it is very hard to use, and it has very bad matchups over the board, or across the board, rather, like that one, but I'll still try my best in this next one. If I lose twice, I might have to switch, because I don't want to lose the Classic at 4. He does have wall breakers on his banner and plays them, so could be a minor wall breakers deck, would be interesting to see. Gonna Mega the back. Let's see what version specifically. Phoenix, gonna go for an X-bow, just find out what he has. I do have a Mega coming down, so it'll be okay. Inferno Tower, I'm actually going to Ice Spirit Ice Golem to reset it. And he should be kind of low in elixir now because he went Phoenix. Okay, nice, I do catch the miner. Gonna log as well, just to keep my X-bow alive. And that's a lock, so not bad. Bad news though is that he has wall breakers now. Yeah, okay. Gonna have to go Mega and hopefully take one of them out. Okay, nope, that was not what I wanted. So I take a lot of damage there, which is understandable because I did overcommit to the Inferno, to be fair. But interesting deck, he has Inferno Tower, which is good because it would be more annoying if it was like a Bomb Tower. Inferno Tower I can deal with pretty easily. Like Ice Golem and Mega Minion will deal with Inferno Tower very nicely. So we'll see how it goes though. I do have Ice Spirit in cycle for his miner. Goes Magic Archer, just going to Fireball that. Very useful that I have Fireball for that. And I can just Ice Spirit Ice Golem his next miner. I think that's going to be the best option here. Although it looks like he's not actually going for a miner. So I'm going to go in, I guess. Skeletons to break the Inferno Tower. Does go Valk opposite. Okay, I'm going to Hunter to snipe the Phoenix, I think. Should two-shot it, I think. And then also going to Ice Spirit to kite this Valk out of X-bow range. Okay, sadly, Hunter does not two-shot the Phoenix. I thought it would, but still does a pretty good job, and that's still a huge connection, so I'm going to reclaim my lead. Going to go for a Mega on the miner. Log down low for the wall breakers, and I don't think he's back to Magic Archer, is he? He went Magic Archer, Valk, Arrows, Miner. Okay, he's actually back to Magic, but he doesn't have enough elixir in time to snipe this Mega, so we're good. He's definitely going to ignore that. There's no reason to defend that, so yeah. Again, I would much rather have like a building though in this matchup, so yeah. Okay, wow, he actually predicts me. Well played. I'm gonna have to let that go. I don't have a reset, so that was definitely well played. I'll give it to him. Hunter down low to set up on defense. I have to worry about the Magic Archer for sure. And I don't know if he has a big spell. I think he doesn't because he has arrows in here, so yeah. Ice Golem up high, Skeletons down low, Fireball ready for the Magic Archer whenever he plays it. And just go Miner Arrows. There's the Magic Archer gonna Fireball ASAP. Does get 2 hits though, sadly, but we're still fine. Gonna X-bow, Mega for the wall breakers, Skeletons for the Inferno. Hopefully this fully counters the wall breakers. Nope. Okay, that is really bad. Ice Golem Hunter though, and I really have to get a lock here because it's gonna be very bad if I don't. Log on the miner. Nice, good timing log, and Hunter, as you can see, does great against the Phoenix Egg. That wall breaker should get taken out, and then I can go in again. He should be very low in elixir right now, so he might Inferno Tower at 0. Goes a Valk down low. Get a Mega to predict the Inferno Tower. DPS it down very quickly. Again, kite this Valk out of X-bow range with my Ice Spirit. And let's see what he does. If he goes Miner. Okay, I'm gonna have to let that go. That's down low. Wall breakers were a really bad play though. Overcommitment. Definitely gonna go in again ASAP. Miner will get a few hits, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. And then I can Hunter like this for the Goblins just to make sure they don't get too much value, and also support my X-bow. So this is looking like a pretty good position, honestly. Gonna Fireball that. He is winning right now. I really hope I don't lose this one. Goes Miner. Yeah, I knew he would go Miner there. So gonna log and Ice Golem up high, I think, for the Magic Archer, because I think he's gonna march for the bridge. Okay, he doesn't. But Mega is gonna go opposite, which is huge because I can actually go in now. That is so clutch. Thank you, Mega Minion. So, and he can't even Inferno right now. I'm gonna Hunter as well. I need this lock, so I'm actually committing a lot. Skeletons for the miner. Wall breakers get logged as well. I think this is game over. That should be a lock, and it is. Good game. So that was a very nice game. We played well. He played well. He's laughing. I don't know why. That's definitely not like my hard counter. I don't even have a building. So yeah, it was kind of awkward. Like I had to go Hunter the bridge many times, but as you can see, Hunter is really nice. Very fun to play. Glad I was able to win, didn't lose twice in a row at least, but yeah. Next up we have Pumpo. This is like the OG Pumpo deck. So back then it used to be Knight, Musketeer, Snowball, Log. Now there's a new meta Pumpo deck that has Archer Queen that has like Archer Queen, multiple spirits in there, and a mini P.E.K.K.A. But I personally prefer this version. It also is a non-champion version. So again, I like to make this video with not as many champions as possible, or as little champions as possible would be a much better way of putting that, because you guys can also use these decks if you want. You don't need to have champions unlocked. But yeah, Pumpo, I think Queen would be better than the Musketeer in this spot, but again, Queen does have one issue, which is that you can only play one of her at a time, and then when she dies, you have to cycle back to her in 3 cards, so it is kind of weak against like Lava Hound decks. Like this deck actually does pretty well against Lava Hound, because you have Tesla, you have Muskie, you have Snowball. So yeah, this should be pretty fun, unless we go against Earthquake or Monk, because Monk will do pretty good job at shutting down my X-bow and Musketeer, so even if I do get a huge Elixir lead, if I can't break through a Monk, it's going to be for nothing anyways. But we'll try our best in here. Found our game against Kevin. Good luck to Kevin. And so far I think this has been a pretty fun video, honestly. I did get that one unfortunate loss. Goes Miner. Okay, I'm going to ignore the bats, because I think Tower will take it out. I could go Snowball, but I'd rather just go in, because he's kind of down Elixir right now. And I have a Knight counter pushing, so Mega Knight. Okay, that is unfortunate, but Miner bats Mega Knight, so this could be either Mega Knight Wall Breakers or Mega Knight Bait, and I hope it's Mega Knight Bait, because that should be a very good matchup for me. Anyways, though, Musketeer puts in work. Gonna hover my log in case it is Mega Knight Bait, and he goes like Goblin Gang or something. Okay, just goes Goblin. So I thought it was Goblin Gang, that's why I logged instinctively. I think it's actually going to be Wall Breakers after seeing Goblins, because if it was Bait, it would definitely have a Goblin Gang in there. Phoenix. Okay, yeah. So this is going to be an annoying matchup, but I don't believe he has a big spell, so that should be very helpful at least. I'm just going to Tesla for the Phoenix. Like, if I had Inferno Tower in this deck, it would be very annoying against this Phoenix, but Tesla just does a great job. And he goes Miner, going to Knight, I guess. And Poison, so that is an overcommitment. Miner Poison is 7 Elixir. I'm definitely going to go in, but he might be able to get a Mega Knight down in time, because now Elixir has regenerated, but still, hopefully he doesn't have enough for it in time. Wow, of course he has a Monk. So this is going to be an 100-0 matchup, guys. Like, absolute hard counter. Gonna Snowball hopefully before the ability. Okay, wow, that's just so annoying. Ability does get deflected. I thought it was gonna run out, but yeah, gonna log as well. So this is literally gonna be 100-0 because he has Miner Poison and Mega Knight and Monk. So I don't know if I'm gonna win this one, but I'll try my best as always. Right now Monk is out of cycle though, so I could maybe get something going. I don't have a X-bow and cycle, but I can get back to it with this Musketeer. And he does go Miner, so I'm actually going to go in right here. He goes Poison, which is huge because he doesn't actually have enough for a Mega Knight right now. I can Knight in front to block, hopefully in time. Nice, perfect timing. And it was actually not really intentional either. Like, it was only perfect timing because I had to play it that late because I didn't have Elixir. But, oh my god, we actually get a lock. Gonna Snowball the bats ASAP. Very nice to have Snowball in this situation. And, geez, I can't believe we actually beat this 100-0. That is insane. Basically because he was too aggressive with his poisons. Like, what was that Miner Poison? That was really bad. But yeah, just gonna Tesla. Goes Mega Knight down low. Interesting. Just gonna Knight in the middle. Kite this over into my Tesla. I should also kite the Phoenix over. And Muskie is putting in work. Gonna Skeletons for the Miner. Snowball the bats. And if he poisons, I can go in and probably get a second tower. Unless, actually, I forgot he has Monk. So yeah, this is definitely like... Oh, he actually gave up. Wow. So imagine a Pumpo player with no spells making a Miner Poison Monk player Mega Knight give up. That is unheard of, but good game. I'm not even going to say well played because he played terribly. Like, there's no world in which he should have lost that matchup, and I'm sorry if I'm being toxic, but it's true. He should not have lost that no matter what. So that is just insane to think about. But yeah, we somehow beat that 100-0, so this is another reason I didn't really want to play too much in this meta, because Monk Phoenix is everywhere, especially Monk. Thankfully, though, we've only gone against a few Monk players so far, and both of them have been very bad. So we were able to beat that somehow, some way. Sadly, I didn't get really showcase the pump, but that is a matchup where I can't really pump ever, because he can Miner it, he can poison it, and it doesn't do me any justice. So, yeah, and once I already took a tower down, there was no point in pumping, because I just had to defend for the rest of the match. So, yeah, sadly, guys, didn't get to showcase the Pumpo part of it, just the X-bow part of it, but still, very nice win, I guess. Kind of just a dead card in my deck. I don't think I ever played a pump in that matchup, so... yeah, I just won with 7 cards, I guess. But, anyways, next up we have Xbow Mortar. This is going to be a lot of fun. So, the original source of this deck, I believe, was Aragon. I think he made it. I know he went and clashed with Ash with it. And it was just so fun, you know. Again, Mega Minion's in here, so we actually have 4 Mega Minion decks today. Lots of fun. I love this card. We have the Mortar instead of a Tesla. Otherwise, pretty standard, you know, Fireball Log, Skeletons. Instead of a cycle card, we have the Mega Minion and Knight Musketeer. Honestly, very fun. You can just cycle multiple win cons. You can use mortars. I personally think X-bows will be good on defense and mortars will be good on... or X-bows will be good on offense. Mortars will be good on defense because mortar's only 4 elixir. It's very good on defense. It's also good on offense to pressure. Like, you have multiple pressuring units as well. But defensive X-bows cost 6. Defensive mortars cost 4. And mortars have a very high... ratio of HP to elixir. Like, they have a lot of HP per elixir, whereas X-bow, like, X-bow kind of dies. I think X-bow has more HP. It obviously should, but still, like, mortar only costs 4, so it's huge. Anyway, Ice Spirit Miner. This could be another Monk Miner Poison deck. I'm gonna go in right here and find out, though. Let's see. Tesla. Okay. I am actually going to log that, because I think Mega will get one hit. Oh, he does have a Monk. Hopefully he uses ability, just to waste it, I guess. Or, yeah, he does waste it. That's like the worst time he could have used it, though, because X-bow's basically already dead, so kind of a mistake. I think I can ignore that, actually, because it's not very high on HP. I think I can ignore it. It should only get, like, one hit max. Yeah, okay, doesn't even get a hit. Nice. Gonna Mortar. Misplaced it by one tile, sadly, but it's fine. Does go Ice Spirit. He might Minor on this. Nope, Phoenix gonna Mega to bridge battle it, sort of, but again, sadly, I misplaced my Mortar, so that was very bad. Very bad mistake. Definitely cannot afford to make mistakes like those in matchups like these, but it is what it is. So yeah, this is Minor Poison Monk, 100-0 matchup, sadly, but I'll do my best, as I have to say every time I go against a deck like this. So I'd love to have like 3.0 in a situation like this, but oh well. Does go Tesla, just gonna X-bow. Probably gonna Monk to fully shut it down, but that was a pretty bad Tesla. Yeah, there's the Monk. So I can actually go in, because Monk is out of Mortar range, definitely, so I can definitely go in right here. Log, hopefully on time. Okay, even if it got deflected, it did take out the Goblins in time, which is what I cared about. Gonna Muskie to snipe this as well, and Mortar should lock on the tower, I believe. So nice, we are gonna get a Mortar lock. He does log as well. Gonna hover Skeletons for the Ice Spirit. Does not go Ice Spirit, so we'll get 2 Mortar hits. Not the best though, because I don't really want to go same lane as him, but I didn't have a choice. I had to go Mortar opposite, because he already had a Monk down from an X-bow. But yeah, I don't know how we're going to do this one. He has a Tesla, which is definitely better than Bomb Tower in this situation, because it's good against Mortar and X-bow. But gonna go in. He poisons, so I'm gonna Knight to predict a Tesla, maybe. If he goes Tesla, he loses, I think, because he doesn't have enough. Yeah, he doesn't have enough for a Monk. He should not get a Monk down in time. Okay, nice. So that's gonna be a lock. If he knows what he's doing, he can still Monk ability in time to deflect the X-bow bolts, but he might not know that he can do that. Okay, he does not know he can do it. Nice. So, yeah, if you guys didn't know, Monk is so OP that even if an X-bow is locked on the tower, you can still Monk ability and deflect it. But I'm going to go in. I think he just went ability or something. He goes Minor. That's going to lock on. That's going to be a good game. So, somehow, guys, we are beating 100-0s with off-meta X-bow decks. I don't know how, but it's just happening. So, yeah. Anyways, that egg should get taken out by my X-bow, so I'm fine. Mortar's on tower. Really bad Monk. I don't know what that was about. Okay, that was meant to be a Mega Minion, but anyways. Don't ask me how this match was so in my favor when he has Monk, Minor, Poison. All he had to do was play defensively, Monk on the X-bows, Poison log on the Mortars, and he would have had a free win, but it is what it is. We take those, so another very nice game. Kind of interesting stuff here. Not sure how these guys are losing these. But next up we have Muskbow. This is going to be a lot of fun. So Muskbow was always kind of a thing, you know, instead of Archers, just Musketeer. There were some trade-offs. You know, Musketeer is more heavy duty. It can withstand heavier pushes. It has, I think it has more DPS, but it definitely is better at resisting spells as well. Like, it doesn't die to a fireball, it doesn't die to arrows. Archers dies to both. Archers die to both, so that's great, and it can also be really good at spell bait. Like, if they poison a muskie in the back, you can X-bow opposite, for example. Or if they lightning a muskie in the back, you can X-bow as well. It's very cool. We also have the E-Spirit, because I feel like E-Spirit's always better with Musketeer and Archer Queen, because they aren't as good against Swarm, where Archers are good against Swarm, because there are 2 of them. So I like having the E-Spirit against, like, Bats, especially. And Goblins are here just because one of my old friends, Trainer Rain, you guys might recognize that name if you're, like, an OG X-bow player and you followed all the old X-bow players. Again, this is where, like, my personal anecdotes come into play, because I was friends with all these people. But yeah, Trainer Rain played with Goblins, I think, at some point. I know Muskbow was definitely played with Goblins at one point or another, but Goblins were also buffed, which makes them pretty fun. Now they're 4, so this is actually going to be kind of viable. Like, also Muskbow isn't that good against Graveyard. E-Spirit does help with that, but Goblins will help with that big time, because Goblins are a very good Graveyard counter. So overall, this deck is going to be a lot of fun, and I'm a lot more confident in this one than some of the other ones like Pump Bow, and especially like Hunter, Mega Minion. Although I still think that one loss we had against Golem, I was very proud of the way I played that. Like, it was very close. Considering I didn't have a building against Golem, that was a very nice one. The only bad thing I could think about was, like, that one time I went for an X-bow and he fully countered it with a Lumberjack Bar Barrel. That was really bad. But anyways, does ignore the E-Spirit. Goes for a P.E.K.K.A. late. Wow. Really wish I had Xbow and Cycle to punish that, but it's fine. Just going to Muskie the back. So P.E.K.K.A. This could be P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam would be a pretty good matchup, I think. Could be a bunch of other things too, though. Gonna Goblins to distract, and I'm also almost at 10, so I kind of have to play something to not leak anyways. Gonna log, and yeah, it is gonna be P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam, I believe. I can actually go in right here because, okay, he goes Barrel. I'm actually just gonna E-Spirit it and take some chip, but not much at all. Muskie will take care of the Tesla very nicely. It only gets like 3 hits on my X-bow, so that is perfect. And I'm going to hover my Knight in case he goes like Mega Knight or something. Fireball. Okay, I'm going to Muskie the bridge. This seems like a really bad play. Going to Goblins as well, though. He should be very low on Elixir right here. If this works out, okay, he does go Log, so if he didn't have Log, that would have been much better, but still got 2 hits, because as you can see, he was very low on Elixir. So, I mean, that was a +4 for him. I will give him that. But, yeah, P.E.K.K.A. Fireball Log Ewiz, so I don't know what this is. It's probably not standard P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam, then. Oh, he has a Tesla as well. I don't know what this is, actually. Probably like some kind of mid-ladder type deck, but just going to Log and Knight the back because he's not doing anything. And I can maybe X-bow if he goes P.E.K.K.A. the back. Yeah, he goes P.E.K.K.A. up high, so I'm just going to chill and high Tesla, I guess. Snipe the P.E.K.K.A. and see what's up. I still don't know what this is, like what win con he has or anything, but I already have a very sizable early lead, so I'm very comfortable with the position we're in right now. Gonna E-Spirit to protect my Tesla a little bit against the P.E.K.K.A. Goblins for the barrel. Gonna do something weird here. Gonna X-bow to tank for the Eggsy. Oh, I messed up. I was hoping to protect my Goblins as well, but that didn't work out, obviously. He does have to get a Tesla down last second, so it is just log bait, I guess. That should be a pretty good matchup for me, I guess. Weird, though. Very weird. Gonna log. I don't really want to cycle log because he has log bait, but I'm just gonna do it because I don't have a much better play. Don't really want to muskie the back when he has fireball. That is a fireball of my own, though, so I'll take it. And Goblin's E-Spirit should be able to fully counter a barrel. Gonna E-Spirit to take the Ewiz out. And yeah, this is looking pretty good. He also has an Eggsy in here, which is kind of weird, but it's actually good against Goblins, sadly. I'm gonna second Tesla. Does fireball. Might also log. If not, as you can see, Muskie is very spell resistant, so it does survive that. And then I kind of have to Knight kind of late, because I don't want to Knight right on top of a P.E.K.K.A. Gonna X-bow now. I think he's back to P.E.K.K.A., but he should be kind of low in Elixir, so I think I'll actually be in a pretty good spot right here. Gonna Muskie. He also logged my Muskie last time, so he does not actually have it in cycle right now. So I can E-Spirit for the Skarmy. Knight to predict the Tesla. Wow, P.E.K.K.A. gets a hit. That was so... In my opinion, that was very undeserved. If he didn't get that hit, he would have lost right here on this lock. But sadly, he does get that one P.E.K.K.A. hit. But anyways, I Fireball, force out a bad Tesla, and at this point, I can just defensive X-bow. No need to defensive X-bow high. That's actually very far back, so I can just Goblins on it. 4 versus 3. And yeah, I can pretty much just spell cycle at this point. I could also go in, but he actually has a lot of X-bow counters, like P.E.K.K.A., Executioner, so I don't know. I think I'm just going to take the spell cycle. I will Tesla. I want to Fireball, but I want to wait if he goes like Eggsy as well or something. Lets the E-Spirit connect. Big mistake. Eggsy the back. Going to Fireball the Eggsy. Muskie should be high enough out of Fireball range, so that's going to be helpful as well. He does just have to Fireball up high, which is perfect. I really want to log this. Wow, Ewiz goes in front. Big mistake again. My opponent's making a lot of mistakes back to back. So yeah, this is looking very good for me. Gonna Knight. Some Skarmy does get clipped by the log as well, so yeah, my opponent's just in a very bad spot. Honestly, he's not playing this very cleanly, but that's definitely to my merit and his detriment, so I'll take it. That's a Fireball, and now we only need one more Fireball to win. We are in triple as well, so I can pretty much rapid cycle and get back to one. Muskie, Goblins, Knight. I don't want to log because he has Goblin Barrel, but yeah, that's going to be back to a Fireball, and that's going to be a good game. So, again, Muskbow is a lot of fun to use and a very solid deck. I actually might make a video with this deck maybe, because this is a lot of fun, like Goblins as well. I'm enjoying it quite a lot. So, it's 3.3 with the Goblins. I think it's 3.1 with Skeletons. Yeah, it is. But yeah, I love this deck. Goblins made it a lot of fun. Didn't get much value in that matchup. Maybe if I was better at countering the barrels with Goblins, but overall, still really great match. Next up, we are heading into more meta territory now. We have Icebow. I'm playing with Valk because this is my old favorite version. So I actually started learning Icebow back in that same year when X-bow started playing Knight instead of Ice Golem. I think it was around May to June of that year. And I got my... Actually, I think it was... Yeah, around May to June was when I got my 10 times Grand Challenge badge in 2020. And it's kind of weird how I remember these things, because sometimes I remember like some date, sometimes I don't remember anything. But this I remember specifically because when I was in the military, I was working at one of the wards, like medical wards, and I was playing a lot of Clash Royale at the time as well. I was talking to friends in group chats while I was at camp sometimes if I was able to use my phone. So I remember very specifically that was the time I got the 10 times GC badge, and I did it with Icebow, so I got like the first 5 with 2.9. I made 2.9 X-bow Grand Challenge videos back then as well. You guys can check them out if you want. They're on my channel. They're no commentary, but they were like my OG videos. I mostly just got 12 wins, then recorded the replays of them. But yeah, I also played Icebow, and I like it with Valk because Valk does synergize better with Tornado, and it is also better against like Royal Hogs, against recruits, and Splash in general. It is more expensive though, and that's the only downside overnight. So it'll be worse against Cycle Mirror matchups against like X-bow. For example, Valk is worse than a Knight because it just costs one more for the same purpose. But overall, Icebow is a lot of fun. So yeah, this was what I used to get 10 GC wins, and I started learning it in 2020, and I actually learned it pretty well, I would say. I'm not that good at it now. I'm definitely more of an Xbow Cycle specialist with like 3.0. But I still love Icebow, and I'm actually still pretty decent at it, I'd say. I'm also pretty close friends with like the best Icebow players like Hunter and Kenny, so I've picked up some things from being close to them as well. But into our match against Pablo Miguel, we are now at 8 wins as well, so getting pretty close to finishing the Classic Challenge off, which is looking great. Gonna Ice Wiz first play. Does go Fisher. I'm actually gonna rocket that. This is maybe a bad play, but don't really have a better play. I could Tesla the middle, but I feel like it's a bit slow. Does go Archer Queen Valk, so this is where Valk saved me. If I had Knight, I probably would have lost here. Gonna log, and then as you can see, Valk... Oh, okay, wow, Valk does not hit again. If it did, though, that Queen would have died. Either way, good skeletons. So yeah, it's not gonna be RG. Fisherman Valk Queen. So I would think it's RG if he didn't have a Valk, but he has a Valk in there, which is not ever played in Royal Giant, so I don't know what this is anymore. But yeah, in that situation, if I had a Knight, I would have been screwed because Knight did not splash, so... Does go RG, gonna go for an X-bow actually. Hopefully he doesn't have a Monk, but he shouldn't because he has a Valk. But yeah, this is gonna be a lock. He's gonna let it go. I'm gonna have to let this go myself though if he goes for anything on it, because I definitely have to defend this RG. I think he might Lightning. I'm gonna Tesla anyways though, down low. He goes Tombstone, really bad and weird Tombstone. I don't know what is up with that. Really terrible Lightning. I guess he wanted to hit my tower, but he definitely should have hit my X-bow, because look at that, X-bow's helping out. Only gets one RG hit, and that is basically game already. So really weird play overall. And Pablo Miguel is in a world of hurt right now. Damn this clan. Yeah, I don't know what he was doing though. Like RG the back. Okay, so I'm just gonna Valk. Keep it simple. You could NATO the Queen back and predict the ability, but I think this is just safer. I'm gonna NATO this Valk into my own Valk. Okay, doesn't really work out, but it does kind of work out as well, because I can ignore this. I can eat like 2 Valk hits. It's not that big of a deal. As you can see, kind of evens up my tower HP, so that was actually kind of a creative way of dealing with that situation. And now there's no way at all that I would lose this. Like, I'm not even trying to be cocky. It's just impossible to lose from this point. I'm gonna Valk to predict a Queen. He actually predicts me with a Fisher. But yeah, if I play well, this is impossible to lose. He wastes his Lightning, so I can safely go Tesla low on defense. Valk forces out a log on defense, which is kind of hilarious actually, and I can just Tesla. If he goes Queen, I will Rocket right away. I don't think I've used my Rocket once this game. I'm gonna go for an Ice Wiz for the Queen, NATO it back once he goes ability, and that's pretty much just good game. If he goes RG in front, he does, I can just go Valk, I can go Anti-Lightning Tesla, and Skeletons to DPS as well. And he goes arrows. Wow, he has arrows. So thank God I'm not playing 3.0, I guess. Gonna Ice Wiz as well. Should only be 1 RG hit. And that is game over. If he goes RG again, I have a Valk down. If he goes RG here, I will troll and just go Tesla like that. So yeah, I'll actually still go Tesla like that. Okay, it messed up. He's really upset. I'm going to BM him because he's BMing me with good lucks. Because he played that terribly, like honestly. No sugarcoating it. He wasted his Queen in single. Not wasted, he was right to punish me for rocketing a Fisherman. I was down a lot of elixir, but... Then he just went RG the back and ignored an X-bow and went Tombstone on defense. That is like the weirdest play I've ever seen in my life. And I also don't know why you would play Tombstone if you're not playing Skeleton King. That's the only reason you ever play Tombstone. And RG, he's just kind of misinformed, I guess, but it is what it is. We'll take a very nice win against kind of a weird matchup, but very glad I didn't have Archers again, because Archers against arrows do not fare well. Next up, we have Bomber Bow. This is a deck that was popular around the April to August era of Clash Royale, back when Goblin Drill was broken, and especially around the August era when Goblin Drill was everywhere, because this deck was literally made to counter Goblin Drill. Like, it was the only X-bow deck that was doing well. I mean, people did well with 3.0. I think 7.4 finished like top 40 with X-bow in August that year, 2021. But like Best in A finished with this deck. Some other players finished with this deck. It was the best X-bow deck by far. and basically just hard counter drill. You'll notice we barely have any air defense though, but thankfully Lava Hound is kind of dead anyways because of Phoenix, so this should actually be kind of nice because if I don't go against Lava, this deck will get some pretty decent matchups. It will be pretty bad against Monk though because Monk kills Bomber and can deflect rockets, but yeah, this is just overall a anti-drill deck, but it's a lot of fun as well. I kind of enjoy it, but again, it is very weak in terms of air defense, so let's just hope we don't get a deck that has Inferno Dragon or a Lava deck, because those would both be annoying. If it's like Lumberloon, I think I can win if I play perfectly because I do have Rocket, but it's still going to be very hard. Founder game against Lit, going to give the good luck. So I think the best matches for a deck like this would be like another Cycle deck, like 2.6 or X-bow. Obviously, any non-Monk deck would be very nice to go against. Logbait would be very easy for this deck as well, so yeah, just lots of pretty decent matchups though. He's not doing anything, goes Phoenix. I'm actually just going to Tesla. I want to Rocket, but I won't. Yeah, this deck doesn't do well against Phoenix either, actually. I don't have, like, archers or anything, but I do have a Tesla, which does pretty well. He has Log Phoenix, hopefully not Royal Giant. Firecracker, I think it's going to be Royal Hogs. That is pretty bad, actually. Yeah, he goes Earthquake as well. Okay, this is looking pretty bad right now. I'm going to activate King off the Firecracker, though. That'll be very helpful. And nice. So he does have Royal Hogs, though, which is nice, because I do have Valk, Bomber, and Tesla. He doesn't have Earthquake right now. I'm going to go for an X-bow. He does have Monk. Wow, goes Monk in the back. If he goes Royal Hogs, I'm going to X-bow on it. Log. Okay, please take it out in time before the Monk. No, he goes Firecracker. Okay, he's going to be able to Monk to hard counter my X-bow now, sadly. I should have, like, pre-logged the Goblins, but I didn't know he had Goblins, so that would have been a very bad play, actually. But yeah, this is looking very bad, guys. This is like 100-0 because he has Monk and Earthquake. The good news, though, is that I do have Rocket, and I have really good Royal Hogs defense, again, with, like, Valk, with Bomber. The only thing is the Monk and the Phoenix. He might Phoenix on this Valk. I wouldn't blame him. I might X-bow opposite, though, because he has a pretty bad Cycler right now. Yeah, he does Phoenix. I'm going to X-bow right away. Hopefully get a lock, because that would be huge. Waste Ice Spirit, too. Should not be back to Monk. Does go Goblins. Going to kite this over with a Bomber, I think. Should be pretty nice. Nice, we get a lock. Perfect. Going to go Skeletons, because... Okay, that was unnecessary. I forgot about King Tower. Going to Fire Spirit, though, to protect my X-bow a bit more. Didn't really work the way I wanted it to, but still, he does have to go Earthquake, and now, if he goes Pigs, I can just go for a safe low Tesla. So, I could actually win this game, guys. The only real issue in this deck is the Phoenix. Like, Monk is annoying, but I don't need to get connections. I can just Rocket Cycle, but the Phoenix makes it tough. Just go Firecracker. Just going to Rocket that. Don't think he knows I have Rocket, so I'll take it. And, yeah. Free Rocket. Gonna Tesla up high. He can't actually snipe this with anything. He doesn't have a building, and he just uses Phoenix, so... Does go Monk. Gonna protect my Tesla with a Valk. Pull the Goblins in with Skeletons. Okay, Valk, please walk up. Valk is not walking up. Gonna log on defense, and that'll be a dead set of Royal Hogs. Monk will be protecting this Phoenix, though, for a while, so that'll be a pain. But I'm gonna go in, because he's not back to Monk after this for a while. And if he goes Royal Hogs, I can go Valk Fire Spirit to easily take them out. Sadly, though, he has such a fast cycle, he's already back to Monk. I can Valk, though, and as you can see, though, at least, even though he's countering me with his Monks, at least he's not getting connections of his own with the Monk, right? Like, I'm just defending pretty well. And just kind of baiting out his Monks with my X-bows, and then he can't really punish that well. He does get a Firecracker down, which is going to be annoying. I'm going to log it down, and does die to the Tesla. Going to go in, why not? I have a Tesla up. Probably just going to Monk. Goes Goblins, and then Monk is coming soon, which is fine. Again, I'm just forcing out the Monk abilities, so I'm not even really allowing him to ever go Royal Hogs, to be honest. Does also go for kind of a bad Earthquake, because X-bow's already dead for sure, so don't know what that was about. Gonna log. I would Rocket Cycle around now, but I don't even need to, because I have him in quite a bad spot. Okay, really annoying Goblins. Okay, thankfully they don't target the Firecracker doesn't target the Tesla. Or rather, the Tesla doesn't target the Firecracker. Or doesn't target... Okay, I'm tripping over my words. But, okay, I'm going to Rocket that and then log the egg. I hope I hit it. Okay, he actually predicted me. Wow. Well played with the prediction. A log will keep the Phoenix alive, but a bit too late. I will still be able to take the original Phoenix out at least. And that is huge. Gonna Valk. He's going to Quake, but it's not going to mean anything because Valk Bomber just 100 Royal Hogs. So, yeah, like... Even though this is very annoying... Okay, wow, 2 Phoenixes down. This is a bit sketchy, actually. He kind of knows that he has to do this to win, because I don't really have Phoenix counters except for Tesla. But I think I can still defend if I play well. Gonna log Fire Spirit to protect Tesla. Tesla should take care of the thing, and then I'm gonna Valk. He's gonna Monk ability, probably. Gonna Tesla up high again. Notice I'm just constantly going with these anti-earthquake Tesla placements because I don't want him to get earthquake value on my tower. And I somehow might actually beat this matchup, guys. Gonna Bomber. Tesla down low. Valk for the egg. He does Quake, but I'm fine. I'm gonna log. I think he's... Okay, I got my log reflected back to me. I really just have to not take any Royal Hogs damage right now. He's just Earthquake cycling, though, which is bad. I can just rocket and win. He should have been going for Royal Hogs. Like, he's just kind of spamming with Firecrackers and Monks, which makes sense. I'm going to BM him just because I have X-bow against Monk. But yeah, as you can see, this is like such a good anti-splashy type decks, like Drill. This destroys Drill. This destroyed Royal Hogs, as you saw there. So yeah, very nice stuff there. And he kind of knew what he was doing at the end with the Phoenix spam. Like, I couldn't really kill Phoenixes. If I had, like, Archers instead of Bomber, it would have been so much better. But still, that was so nice. Bomber was still very good against the Royal Hogs. Such a clutch card. And overall, very nice. So I was able to beat lots of 100-0s in this challenge, guys, which is insane. Like, Royal Hogs, Monk Earthquake, Minor Poison with Monk, Mega Knight Minor Poison with Monk. Like, this is just unreal. Royal Giant with Monk. So this is crazy stuff. Hopefully I can just close this out. I'm at 10 wins right now, though, which is nice. So next up, we are going to play Queen Bow. So this is the one deck that I'm going to be doing with the Archer Queen, because Queen Bow holds a pretty special place in my heart. So just going to go Queen and Skeletons. I could go Goblins, but I'm going to go Skeletons because Queen is kind of expensive. But yeah, this is the OG Queen Bow deck. I'm not going to say I made this deck, but I was like the first ever person to actually do well with this deck, because when Queen was announced and released, it was released like with a week left of the season. It was in October 2021, and that was where I got my best ever ladder finish. I will admit Queen was very overpowered back then, so I definitely partially owe it to Queen with my 107. 8,113 trophies, my best achievement probably, but I was still the only one to do it. There's another X-bow player called Jackson who played with the same exact deck, also used Pass Royale on Queen and had it upgraded really high, but he was stuck at like 7.9k, 7.8k. I just won like 15 straight wins, or like 20 straight wins. I only lost like 2 or 3 games from 7,600 up to 8.1k. It was insane, but yeah, I had like my best ladder finish with this deck. Holds a special place in my heart. New meta Queen Bow decks have Cannon and Rocket because those are just better. Cannon was much better for a while because Cannon used to be OP. Now it's kind of balanced, but still very strong. Except for the Monk hard countering it, of course. But yeah, this is the OG Queen Bow deck. Again, I put E-Spirit in instead of Ice Spirit because it helps against the Swarm decks like Graveyard, like Bats decks, where Queen is worse than Archers. But let's just hope we don't get a Monk matchup, because Monk, not only does it hard counter X-bow, it also hard counters Queen. So yeah, I'm just going to log Goblins. Going to go for a Queen, I guess. I actually might take some chip, unfortunately. I think it might be a Monk deck, to be honest. Yeah, of course it is. So if he doesn't go Monk ability, I'm going to pop my ability. He does go Monk ability. I'm going to go in the right. He doesn't have Monk in cycle right now. Let's see what he does have in cycle. Okay, Bomb Tower. Okay, this is going to be Minor Poison. I don't know why this game hates me, guys, but it's giving me all the 100-0s, which really sucks. Hopefully we can still do our best. I'm going to try my best, but yeah, this is literally a 100-0. He has Monk, Minor Poison, Phoenix. So yeah, I don't know what to do here. Oh, Executioner. Okay. I think it's still going to be Minor because he has the Bomb Tower, but it could also be Graveyard, I guess, which would be easier for sure. But I have a feeling it's Minor again. Gonna log, and Tesla will stay alive. Gonna Queen as well for the Phoenix. I don't think he's back to a Monk, so this should die to my Queen once it crosses, and we should be fine. He might go Graveyard if he has it. I don't know what this is though. I feel like if he had Minor, he would have gone Minor already, so I'm kind of confused, but this time he goes Monk. Gonna go X-bow Knight opposite, because Knight obviously for the Bomb Tower, and this should be pretty good. Has to go Bomb Tower. Gonna go Queen ability. I don't think he's gonna be focused on my Queen. He's gonna be focused on my X-bow. No, he's not. Okay, still goes Monk ability, which is well played because it kills my Queen, but it also means I get a huge lock. Gonna go for a Tesla like this to take the Exy's distraction. Okay, did not work out, sadly. I wanted to keep my X-bow alive as long as possible. Obviously, that was kind of misguided because if I was going to let the Exy lock onto the X-bow, I should have just gone Tesla down low anyways, but that is still a huge lock, and I can probably win at this point now, even though he has Monk. Again, just pretty much outcycling the Monk. And Queen does kind of work, I guess, because, okay, it's going to be Graveyard, right? Yeah, he wouldn't play Phoenix like that if he wasn't going to go with the Graveyard with it, but gonna log. Oh, it's Freeze. Interesting. Gonna log. Wait, so I don't remember if he has poison or not, but if he does, freeze poison is interesting. But yeah, queen is actually not bad, I guess, because it is kind of like bait, right? Like, okay, goes monk again. Gonna X-bow and Tesla this time for the bomb tower or Eggsy. Does go Eggsy. Gonna log the monk out of X-bow range because I do not want that deflecting anything. Okay, he's actually gonna go in. This is kind of bad because I don't want to tower trade. I am going to have to fireball on defense, I think. So that's a fireball. Okay, I might actually tower trade. This is bad. I think I have to take the tower trade, sadly. So, not what I wanted to see. He did NATO though, so I could maybe catch him off guard by going queen in the pocket here. I did. Nice. Okay, he has to freeze on defense. That is perfect. So just kind of wasted a freeze. I'll take it. Gonna defensive X-bow. I don't know if I can win this one though, guys, honestly. Like, he might not be able to get much damage, but neither can I. Like, in a tower trade situation, I don't know about this. Gonna log E-Spirit and I guess queen. I can kind of go queen down low because it doesn't have a poison. Okay, monk the pocket is annoying. I'm gonna have to go E-Spirit for the graveyard. This is where E-Spirit helps a lot, as you can see, and I can also log. And yeah, I can maybe X-bow Tesla right now. It's gonna be weird going into somewhere where he can counter my X-bow on my own side, but gonna Tesla as well. It does go goblins. I think he's just cycling back to a monk, which is a smart play to do. Okay, he has to freeze as well. I'm gonna defend this because he actually might not get a monk down in time then. So yeah, nice lock. Have to hold on to this lock as long as possible. So yeah, I'll take it. Now he's definitely going to go in the middle, I think, with a monk graveyard. Okay, Knight's going to get some chip. Forces out the NATO, which is huge. I think I want to X-bow to force out a monk, actually, just so he can't go monk graveyard in the pocket. Yeah, nice. So he's going to go monk ability. There's no point going queen ability into a monk, obviously. So just going to Tesla to reset. And goblins are fine. Going to have to defend this graveyard, which is going to be a pain. Log and then queen late. And that should be fine. Okay, Eggsy. Wow, that sniping tower. That's really bad. Gonna Skellies to retarget. And Monk is out of cycle right now, so I can maybe go in. But if he's smart, he just cycles back. So, goblins. Okay, gonna E-Spirit log to take them out. Please work. Yes, let's go. Okay, that I'm so happy because that was my strategy, right? I knew he would, like, split his goblins. Okay, he just froze, which kind of takes away from it because now my lock is gone. But I'm gonna fireball tower and also log. I need the chip. And if he doesn't okay, I have to Tesla like this, I think, for an Eggsy in the pocket. Because I can't let him Eggsy on my tower. Bomb tower. Graveyard. Gonna Knight. Just have to not take too much graveyard damage. Log as well, please. And then Fireball as well. Oh, let's go. Good game. Okay, that was not an impossible matchup, but still a hard counter. Or at least a soft counter for him, because he has Monk. But I feel like I played that really well. Like, that one play, if you guys didn't know, that's a play I love to make. I never really get to do it, but that was one where I did, because I never really tower trade these days. But where they go, like, split goblins or split barbs, and then you go something to pull them in, and then go for a log. Like, that was just beautiful, honestly, that play. I'll show it to you in the replay, because why not? That was insane. But yeah, I loved that play. And that was basically what won me the game, because I got a lock, I forced out the freeze. So right here, yeah, right here. He just wasted monks, he doesn't have it. I Knight to predict the bomb tower. And here, I go for the E-Spirit log. As you can see, he split goblins, so if I logged, it wouldn't have killed all of them. And then bomb tower would have taken it out. So very clutch play, forced out a freeze, which meant he couldn't graveyard freeze. And that basically won me the game. So very, very nice win there. Very nice play. And let's finish it off with the good old 3.0 Xbow Cycle, with the archers, with the Ice Spirit, the classic. Let's try and get the 12 win, guys. I'm 11-1 now with all these different crazy decks in this meta. Like, this makes this video so much more impressive, in my opinion. Just because of the meta. Like, I'm going against all of these weird decks and actually winning. Like, I'm not trying to stroke my own ego or anything, but this is actually kind of nuts. Like, winning all of these decks. Oh my god. Okay, I really hope I can get this. But let's go with 3.0. The classic, my favorite deck in the whole game. Recruits Mine or Firecracker. What the... Okay, I don't know what this is going to be, but if it's Recruits Mine or Firecracker, I'm kind of concerned. Anyway, Ice Spirit to start things out. Split archers because he's not doing anything. This is very tense. This is the game for the 12 win. Bowler the back, going to go for an X-bow opposite right away. Might be graveyard, might be balloon. Going to go skeletons for the bar barrel. It is going to be balloon. I think he just lost. Going to log. And he has like 0 elixir right now because he just went barb barrel. Freeze bowler, which is 11. So now the only thing I can think of him doing is going in the left, but he doesn't. He actually goes for a Phoenix, which I think is a misplay because I would have been more scared if he went like Lumberloon with this bowler, but instead he just goes Phoenix, which my Ice Spirit does very well against, and just like that we pretty much win. This might be, no, this isn't Monk, this is just Lumberloon with Phoenix, because if it was Monk, it would be Monk instead of Bowler. Let's go NATO. I want to X-bow, but he has Bowler, so I'm not going to. But yeah, he probably has Lumberjack, like it's not Lumberloon without the Lumberjack, so if he goes Bowler to the back, I'm going to go in. If he doesn't, I'll see. I'm just going to go in anyways, because he's leaking, I guess, why not? And probably going to Bowler. Nope. Okay, wow. Why does he have Monk? That isn't even that bad, to be honest. Like, it is super annoying, of course, but that means he does not have a Lumberjack, which means he doesn't actually have Rage in his pushes. So, not really worried. Perfect Ice Spirit there. Gonna log 2. And yeah, like, the issue with Lumberloon is... Oh, wait. Wait, NATO... Well, he has Bar Barrel. Graveyard does not usually run Bar Barrel, to my knowledge. Graveyard Freeze. It might be Graveyard Freeze, I guess, because he has Monk Bowler, then. I don't know. By the way, this situation I have to be careful of in the future. If he goes like Phoenix and freezes with the egg being there and might respawn, I have to be super careful of that. So I'm going to be very wary. Don't want to choke this at all. I have a perfect lead to start this out. I will probably never get a connection again. I'm just going to Tesla, I guess. Find out if it's Balloon or not. He doesn't have a Lumberjack because... he has Bowler Monk, so Eggsy. Okay, it is going to be Graveyard then. That makes sense. Going to go for an X-bow. Bowler comes down. I'm going to not go Archers, actually. I'm going to be more restrained and just hold on because, yeah, he's going to go in, and I have to have Archers ready for the Graveyard. And then I have to get back to my log for when he freezes. Where is it? No freeze. Okay, there's late freeze. Huh. Going to log now. And Monk is out of cycle, so I can actually go in with an X-bow, and I'm going to, and Tesla as well. For the Eggsy or Bowler. Eggsy down low, smart play, probably cycling back to his Monk pretty quickly. Bowler gonna go Archers and Ice Spirit, try and get a small lock if I can. Sadly, Bowler just kind of destroys X-bow, so not gonna happen. And I actually am in a very bad cycle right now. I don't have Archers for the Monk, so I'm actually gonna, for the Graveyard rather. I'm gonna go in on the left, just force out some defense because I don't want him to go in when I have a bad cycle. So I do force out the Monk, and I can just let this die. This X-bow was not to get a lock or anything, it was just to kind of force out his Monk. Okay, really bad that I cycled the log though. I have to get back to one. Actually just gonna Fireball and then log. That was kind of bad, but I'm alive at least, so I really don't think I can get another lock. He has lots of counters to me right now, like Bowler and Monk and Eggsy, so I'm just gonna defensive X-bow, to be honest. Doesn't have any big spells, that's like my only saving grace in this matchup. Phoenix Graveyard incoming probably. Gonna Tesla. There it is. Skeletons for the Graveyard. Log once he freezes. Okay, wow. Why is that locked on to... Okay. He actually got a fair amount of damage there. I'm kind of worried now because he's actually kind of catching up. This is not good. He does go Monk. I'm going to Tesla. I can't really go in because that's still an X-bow range. But I'm going to X-bow now. Does go Phoenix Graveyard, which means he might not have enough for... a freeze right away, and then I can log, and then Ice Spirit to maybe catch. Nice. Okay, Ice Spirit Knight to catch the Bowler as well. Okay, bad Knight, but still get a lock, and that should be game, I think. Now I just have to defend. I don't think I'll lose 1.4k, as long as I have a login cycle every time a Graveyard. I'm going to Fireball now. 2 Fireballs will seal it, so just have to defend this one final Graveyard push, and I think I can do it. Knight as well. Log. He activates King, so it's obviously his last resort push. Fireball, and that's going to be a good game. So, really nice stuff there. Let's go. He gives the well played. I did play it pretty well, to be honest. Let's go, guys. 12 wins with 12 different X-bows. This is like the longest video I've ever recorded, I think, while playing live. Like, and by the way, if you guys think I do a voiceover, do you really think I would be doing a 1 hour, 17 minutes session of gameplay with no voice and then recording for another 1 hour, 18 minutes? Like, that's over 2.5 hours. Without even counting like exporting time and everything. Like I mean I do use voiceover sometimes when I'm in like top ladder or a very tense situation, but generally I don't. Anyway, I don't really know why I said that, but someone did mention it in my stream recently, so yeah. But let's go, guys. 12 wins with 12 different X-bow decks. I'm so proud of this, especially in this meta. Like, we beat Monk so many times, it was insane. Let's open up that chest. I feel like I kind of deserved a good chest there because that was an insane challenge. But anyways, very, very nice stuff. Here's the battle log. So these were the 12 decks. I'll count down, I guess. So 3.0 X-bow, Queen bow, Bomber bow, Ice bow, Musk bow, X-bow Mortar, Double Siege, Pump bow, X-bow Hunter, X-bow Hunter lost, but very close loss. I was very proud of that one, and I feel like maybe if I played better at the end, like I spell cycled sooner, I could have won. I don't know. RG, or no, not RG. Xbow Inferno E was guards. Xbow Inferno Mega Minion Fire Spirit, Classic Icebow, and 2.9. So that is it, guys. 12 X-bow decks. One classic challenge. I'm so proud of this again. I hope you guys are as proud of me as I am of myself, because look at these matchups. Like, Graveyard Freeze twice in a row is interesting, though. I guess it shows how broken Graveyard is right now. And also just Eggsy Monk countering the meta. But yeah, Phoenix almost every single game, Monk almost every single game, and we still did it with all these whack decks. So I'm so proud of this one, guys. 12-1 as well, not even 12-2, so it wasn't even that close. But yeah, let's go. That's going to be it. I'm really proud again. This is probably going to take a long time to export, because wow, that is a long video. I don't even know if I have file space to export that, but it is what it is. But yeah, that's going to be it, guys. So hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed super long video. So I do put a lot of effort into these long videos again. Like, it's a lot of my time recording and editing, so I hope you guys enjoyed. But yeah, thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future. I might do more of this, but again, it takes a long time, so I'll see. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.